that I get asked the most in the comment section of my videos is what is a low block? So today we are going to get into it. And if you're new here, I'm Casey. I talk soccer, mostly women's soccer. Hit the follow button to keep up. Today we're going to talk about what a low block is, how to execute it, when to execute it, and also how to break it down if you're facing it. A low block, also known as parking the bus, is a defensive strategy where you get all your players behind the ball. Maybe you leave one player up top, but pretty much you're committing to playing defense, then hoping that there is a transitional moment to counterattack and quickly score a goal, or you may be straight up playing for a tie or to take it all the way to penalties. This strategy makes a lot of sense when you are completely outmatched by the other side. This is why we see this type of strategy utilized a lot within Women's Super League in England, where there's a great disparity between the teams at the bottom of the table and the top table teams. It's also why you see this strategy utilized quite frequently against US Women's National Team. Most national teams cannot play them straight up. They have to play the low block against them to have any chance of success. Let me show you what it looks like on the whiteboard. Let's do it. Well, the red team is utilizing a low block or parking the bus. The yellow team is attacking. What you're gonna notice here for the red team is, okay, so one's the goalkeeper. I tried to keep most of these positionally with the numbers that make sense for them, and we'll go over that as well if you're not familiar. But what you'll notice here is pretty much everybody is back around the 18 from this red team, except for the 9, which is your striker. They're all the way up here. And in true parking the bus, you may even pull this 9 all the way back here to kind of help defend centrally. But you, generally speaking, executing this, want to leave somebody up top so that you can break on the counter. Especially if you're executing this at the youth level, this is the way I see it done most of the time, is to leave at least one person up there. You'll generally see is that they're only going to leave one person back if you are truly parking the bus. They might have somebody else lingering over here, but this person is almost certainly also going to get involved as an outlet. What then tends to happen with parking the bus is that the attacking team is just going to keep passing the ball around, trying to get something to loosen up in here so that there is an avenue forward, or they might just start crossing the ball in, trying to find this attacker. But generally speaking, your defensive midfielder is going to have dropped in to play almost like a center back, and then your two central midfielders are going to clog in where the defensive midfielder would have been, and you're probably also going to see anybody who's playing outside pinching in and then rotating over a little bit as the ball moves. But that's the key here, is to continue forcing this team to move best you can. So from out here, we're probably just going to keep everybody back if you're parking the bus. But ideally, if you start also taking shots from out here, what happens is this player starts to step, or maybe this player does, and then you have an outlet in. So your goal really, if you are the attacking team, is just to do anything to force these defenders to move and lose their positioning so that you create outlets. Ideally then, if you are executing parking the bus from this perspective, your goal is going to be, as the defensive team, to intercept one of these passes. Maybe they leave a pretty bad square ball here, and one of your players can come right in, hit a long ball one time up to your striker, who's now off to the races with the goalkeeper. That is kind of the goal here if you are parking the bus. But otherwise, you're just holding on for dear life, baby. That's kind of the way it goes. Anyway, hope that helps.